I'm Alexandra Paul. I originated the idea of these PSAs for Plug-in America while talking to an electric car driver in New Jersey who wanted to know if we in Hollywood could do something like this. And so I said, well, yeah, I think so. I'll talk about it with some folks. And I called Jeff Uren, who's an editor and an electric car driver and a friend. And
she called up and said, do you think we could do some? Because we have a lot of professionals in our membership and maybe we could get enough volunteers to actually produce our own PSAs.
He immediately wrote a bunch of scripts, and he called Eric Swenson, who's also an EV driver.
Alexandra and Jeff both had the idea of why not do some PSAs, and somebody CC'd me on it, and Jeff had written a really clever script about a gasoline-powered cell phone.
And Eric also wrote a bunch of scripts, and then we were rolling. No pun intended.
I'm Paul Scott. I'm co-founder and vice president of Plug-in America, and we decided to do these PSAs because the cars now, the electric cars that we've been fighting to get for many, many years are imminent. They're about to come out to market. A lot of the American public are unaware of the technology, and they're either completely unaware of it or they've been misled by oil companies and certain car companies that the technology is not ready. So there's a lot of myths out there, a lot of misunderstandings. And the purpose of these PSAs is to, in a lighthearted way, bring the truth out and to educate the public about the electric cars and to let them know that they're not only coming, but a lot of what they've heard about them is untrue. And to do it in such a way that brings a little humor to the project.
It's time for our scheduled service.
Each script is a different idea on why to drive an electric car, because what we find on websites get really packed up, and there's, you can go on and on and on about the advantages, but the idea of this is each script gives you one advantage, and we try and do it in a funny and humorous way. And action.
Hi, I'm an electric.
And I'm a gasoline.
We had very little money, but a lot of incredible volunteers. And when people are passionate about something, it's amazing how things can come together.
She put out a call for volunteers and we got an overwhelming response from people. And we were able to do basically a $150,000 commercial shoot for under $6,000.
Today's shoot was amazing. I mean, we had an entire crew, 50 people of volunteers. We had Plug-in America members donating money so we could buy the hard costs like the rental of the stage and food to feed everybody.
My name's Forbes Black. I'm an engineer. I actually went to engineering school because I wanted to work on electric vehicles back in the early 90s. So I've been doing electric vehicle development since the early 90s. Today, I'm a production assistant. I've always wanted to be a production assistant, and so today was my big day to volunteer to be a production assistant. So if anyone wants coffee, let me know.
I'm Steven Zimpel, and I played electric. Hi, I'm an electric.
I'm Marvin Campbell, and I played gasoline.
And I'm a gasoline.
I'm a car guy, admittedly, with an oil gas background.
I haven't put gas in one of my cars in 8 years.
I'm very interested in anything mechanical, and when I saw the breakdown for this come up, I thought, this is kind of cool. I want to learn a little more about this.
I started driving electric cars about 10 years ago. Got into I got into electric cars first. There's something about if you get an electric car, then you go into solar panels, and if you get solar panels, then you go into electric cars. There's kind of like this symbiosis going on there.
Being somebody who's a little bit more of the outside from the electric world, I learned a tremendous amount. I got online and researched the Plug-in America and checked out a lot of the articles about the cars, about the facts of what's going on out there. And once you read it, honestly, for me, and I'm a skeptical person, there just is no argument. This is where we're going. It makes sense, and it's going to be pretty cool to see how we get there.
This is the first time I've ever done any kind of activism or any kind of advocacy. I was just a good consuming American. Once you start driving electric, you'll never go back.
We actually just wrapped up my work today for the spots, and it was a blast. Everybody involved in this, it's like friends I've had for years. We had a blast doing it. Everybody worked really well together, and I think there's going to be great little PSAs. Looking forward to seeing them, definitely, and hopefully it makes a difference. I'm glad to be a part of that.
We've been wanting to do something like this for about 8 years, and just didn't have the wherewithal. But now Plug-in America has really got some serious traction. We've got some major donors, and we've got some big people that are behind us. And we are totally poised to prepare the American public for all the new electric cars that are coming out later this year.
I'm Stephen Latham. I'm a producer for these Plug-in America public service announcements. I actually got involved with this group. I live very close to the co-founders, Paul and Zan, and I was literally walking my two dogs by their house, and Paul and I just struck up a conversation and realized a lot of our work, professional work, and just personal philosophies overlapped. And that's when I got involved as a producer in the project to not only help with the creative and the physical production of the PSAs, but to be instrumental in the marketing and the distribution of them.
So now the word's getting out to the rest of America that this is a technology that will solve the intractable problems such as sending $1 billion a day out of the country to buy foreign oil.
All this is part of the education campaign, and that's what these public service announcements are for as well, is just let people know that this technology is here. It's not just being talked about. It's not something in the future. It actually works. You've got large automotive companies, Nissan and Chevy, that are getting behind this technology. There's no stopping it. You'll have people tell you that the combustible engine and the old technology is tried and tested. Those walls are coming down quickly, and I think you'll see a lot of adoption amongst consumers once people see that now that there's a price point in the $20,000 to $30,000 range, that you'll have these cars that work well, and as soon as you add in the idea that you can charge these cars at home and have the infrastructure to support the charging, that you'll really see mass adoption and ubiquity with this technology.
My name's Jack McGee. I played the general in this commercial for Plug-in America. I became aware of electric cars a while back. You hear dribs and drabs about it through the media, and Ed Begley Jr. is a good friend of mine. And Ed Begley Jr. is the kind of a guy who hooks up some gizmo on his bicycle so he can make toast in the morning. He's really out there. But the fact of the matter is, the thing that I like most about Ed is that he cares about this planet and he cares about the people on it. And so I became interested in it, and then I found out that he has one of the only few electric cars around. When I got the opportunity to do this commercial for Plug-in America, I volunteered my time because I think it's important. I think it's important that we take a look at exactly how we spend and how we utilize our energy, and I'm all for it. I'll be one of the first online to buy one of those cars.
Hello, I'm Jason Stuart. I'm an actor and a stand-up comic, and let's see, I am playing the role of wardrobe guy.
Action.
My best friend is Alexandra Paul, who is the producer of this. And we've known each other for 25 years, and she was like the first person I ever knew to have an electric car.
Hello, I'm a gasoline. Well, gas, it's time for a scheduled service.
So she introduced me to the electric cars. And Alexandra has been recycling, electricizing, doing everything to help the environment since I've known her. You know, of course, at first I thought she was completely insane. But now I do everything she tells me to do, except I don't collect trash on the airplane, put it in a bag, and then bring it home, or FedEx it like she does. It's just too much.
Action.
Hi, I'm an electric.
Hello, I'm a gasoline.
Well, gas, time for a scheduled service.
Yep, I'm all ready.
Plug-in America, I think, is a great idea. I really believe in this. I really believe that it's important. She has certainly sold me, and for the last 10 years, I have been on this track. And I think that having an electric car is probably the best thing to do, especially if you're a two-car family. If you're a two-car family, it's the best thing to do is to have a hybrid and also have an electric. Now, Alexandra's husband has a Prius, and she has an electric car, and they're married, and they're beautiful and thin, and they get up at 5, and they're skipping and dancing, and they're just exhausted by 8 p.m. And you know, they're Protestants. They want to put themselves through stuff so they can feel what the Jews really felt. But I do think Plug-in America is a good idea, and I think we also have to start become educated, and hopefully in the next 10 years, most people will be driving hybrids or plug-ins, and we can get away from oil. That would make me very happy.
So let's start out with, you're also silent.
My name is J. Karen Thomas, and I love Plug-in America because of what they're doing to raise the awareness of electric vehicles. So I'm really proud to be part of this today. I'm playing the therapist.
Electric, tell us about range anxiety.
There's been electric vehicles on the market and since the turn of the century, since the early 1900s, and most people just don't know about them. So I'm glad that they're creating these this series of PSAs, public service announcements, that's going to let the public know about plug-in vehicles, electric vehicles. People know about hybrids now, which I'm thankful for that. But to know that there are more electric vehicles coming out on the market, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Hi everybody, my name is Colette Devine, and I'm here today to play Makeup Girl in the hype machine spot for Plug-in America. I'm so proud of Plug-in America for getting to this point where they're making these wonderful PSAs to inform people about the awesomeness of electric vehicles. I've owned an electric vehicle with my partner Jay Karen for about 6 years now, and she's rolling really wonderfully. I mean, no problemos, okay? You just plug it in every night. I tell people it's like driving your cell phone. I plug it in at night, I drive it during the day, and that's it. No repair bills, we're in, we're out. I think the only thing I've ever had to take her into the shop to do is rotate the tires and change the tires. That's it. So y'all gotta start driving electric.
I'm playing Gulf Crude here in this little project. I get to be probably one of the more disgusting characters, playing one of the more disgusting things in our world right now. I'm happy to be here working with Plug-in America, promoting electric vehicles, which is absolutely the next phase that is necessary for us to move into. I mean, we are in the 21st century. Why are we still working with basic 19th century transportation technology? Plug-in America is a nonprofit group helping to promote awareness of electric cars and working with manufacturers and other nonprofit groups to get the public aware of their options to drive electric.
Action.
What's it like to be here today? Well, it's kind of a whirlwind. I mean, it usually is on a production like this. We've got so many spots that we're doing in one day. Got actors coming in and out playing different roles, wardrobe, makeup, all the bells and whistles. So I'm really happy to be able to be a part of this and contribute to the cause. The Tesla's been my dream car ever since I first heard about it. I'm hoping to get into one today just to see if I can fit. That's the big question. If I can fit, it's a go.
Well, my name is Linda Nichols, and I'm here today to give rides to people that are participating in this wonderful PSA that Plug-in America is putting on. And you know, my favorite thing in all the world to do is to take people for rides in my Tesla. It's just off the line. It just explodes. So what did you think? How did you like the ride?
That was awesome. Now I'm ready for one. Alexandra Paul called me off the mailing list from Plug-in America. I've been involved in the green movement for about a decade. I'm an electric car owner wannabe. I've been on the mailing list for one for probably about 4 years.
So hi, my name is Lauren DeLong, and I am playing the role of Windy. I am the wind. And I am here today because this is a really great cause. I've actually been one of the people who has been a little bit in the dark, so to say, with electric vehicles. My experience with electric vehicles is just, you know, seeing the commercials and seeing the price, and really, you know, like you hear all the myths and everything about it, like, oh, it's gonna be a slow car, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that. And I've always wanted one. I drive a Beetle, and I've always like been crossing my fingers hoping that the Beetle would come out as an electric, which is not gonna happen. But today has really changed my understanding and experience of what electric vehicles are and can be, and what they are, you know, right now in the future, and what people like me are going to be able to purchase soon. So electric vehicles are not slow. I just got to, you know, take a test drive in a Tesla, which was amazing. It was fast, it was sexy, it was fun. It's definitely, you know, like gonna replace the Porsche as my dream car. They had a RAV4 here, which is very economical, and people can just jump in and, you know, take it around anywhere, and you can plug it in anywhere, and it's not a difficult car to own. I think that's one of the things that many people don't understand, is that an electric vehicle isn't an inconvenience. It's actually more, you know, convenient for you to have. I think that the group here is amazing. They're just some of the most wonderful, upbeat, fun people, and they're not scary or crazy about their electric cars at all. They just really, really want to make sure that as a consumer, you know what is available and what you can be doing for the environment while you're getting around and driving and doing the American lifestyle.
Did you realize how powerful an electric car could be?
No, and it's so silent too.
That's part of the magic of an electric car, is that silent power. Nothing like it.
Oh God, no, I like it.
Hi, my name is Julien Fenton, and I'm going to be playing the director in Hype.
Cut! Bring in the face, please.
I was introduced to Plug-in America through my friend Alexandra that I've known for many years now, and after watching her movie Who Killed the Electric Car years ago, it was just an awakening. Alexandra, she called me up a few weeks ago and said, look, we're doing this. It's really important, and I said yes right away, you know, and I think the timing is perfect. You know, it really is. It couldn't be better. And I think this is going to be a transformation for this country and probably around the world as to how people drive, definitely.
Okay today.
Well, I was here today, you know, on the spot, Plug-in America, and first of all, you know, a great group of people, and second of all, I love technology, I love innovation, you know, and I was really surprised about electric cars. You know, I'm a technology junkie. I come from a background, my father was an engineer, so everything is technical. I love technical things. And what really surprised me today, it was when I got a ride in the Tesla car. I was amazing because, you know, it's like I own, you know, fast cars, and I couldn't believe an electric car would go that fast, had so much torque. And it was so quick. You know, the car goes 0 to 60 in you know, in 3.5 seconds. And you know, I was very impressed. I never have any idea that an electric car could go that fast. It's an amazing vehicle. You know, I was totally shocked about this car.
The most beautiful car with the most beautiful man behind the wheel. Thank you.
I definitely think it's going to be. There's going to be an electric car in my future. I was totally blown away today, and it was a total eye-opening for me experience.
Happy riding. Get him, Linda.
Really nice people, down to earth. The kind of people I like, not the typical, you know, Hollywood crowds. You know, some of these people, they show me technology apply in planes and in motorcycles, and I love motorcycles, and I would love to own, you know, eventually an electric bike.
And action.
Electric car eventually is going to be the future of the world, and I wanted to get involved and see if I can help, you know, to put a few words up there and make people more aware about these vehicles.
The whole point of Plug-in America is getting the word out there. And these PSAs give us an opportunity to, you know, really get in front of the mainstream people. You know, it's one thing, I'm an engineer myself. Engineers can sit in the lab and we can design stuff, and that's all fine. But, you know, if people don't know about them, or people don't demand them, or the customers don't want them, they're not going to happen. A revolution takes everything. You got to both sell it, you got to get people to know about it, as well as do it. And these PSAs are part of the whole communications process, a necessary part. We got a good turnout of people here. People like me that have nothing to do with the Hollywood or the film entertainment industry are trying to help out, but I'm also seeing the entertainment industry getting involved too, which is also great. So we get all sorts of people. They're all volunteering their time enthusiastically.
So while he's saying his line, that's when you're adding it up going, no. You give it a little head shake.
Well, first of all, I'm very happy to have been cast in this project. I knew sort of what I was getting into, but I didn't really know the extent of it. Before I started this project, I thought of electric cars as the little golf carts that go 35 miles per hour and nothing more than that. And after we shot the commercial and I was able to take a ride, it was so much fun. As soon as the car took off, it was just so much power, and they can go up to 60 miles per hour in 3.7 seconds, the one that I was in, which totally blows my mind as far as what electric cars can do, because everything of what the media and
what's out there has been saying is that electric cars are slow pokes and you can't go on freeways with them. It's an around town vehicle. And this really opened my eyes to a lot of things.
Yeah, well, for later on, we were talking about using...
You can go on 15 minutes and
He looks so square.
let me buckle you.
Hi, I'm Magic Heide Nichols, and I'm a wardrobe person on the PSAs that we just shot for Plug-in America. In my real life, I'm also an educator, and I help people to understand the importance of giving back to the community that they live in. Plug-in America is important to me because I believe in its message, and I believe that each one of us can stop trying to put it on the other people for ruining our environment and our lives and take responsibility individually to make a change, no matter how small, that will impact our future and the future for our children on this planet. That's why I'm delighted to be a part of this today.
Hey, my name is Deon Lucas, and I'm playing the soldier in the PSA. The scene, it's a little altercation between gasoline and electric, and I'm there at the soldier to kind of, keep the heat down.
Halt! Who goes there?
It's pretty cool, man. I just actually kind of got familiar with plug-in. I saw two of the cars outside, the Tesla, they call it. She told me it gets up to 60 miles in about 3.9 seconds. Yeah, it's a pretty dope sports car. Most people think that plug-ins are just, crappy-looking cars and just good for saving energy, but they actually look good too. The set is pretty amazing. Got to learn a lot about plug-in cars, and we're about to shoot the next scene right now, so looking forward to that. And I'm just gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
My name is David Friesdown. I'm an actor. And on this commercial here, I play tow truck. Not tow truck driver, but tow truck. I'm supposed to represent a truck.
Who's this guy? He's tow truck.
And I got involved in this project through a friend of mine who did a movie before, Who Killed the Electric Car. So a few years later, he was working on this project and was thinking, maybe I can get my friend David to play on this project because they were looking for a big guy. So I'm like, hey, I'm big, I'm an actor, I'll help out. So I believe in your project, I believe in my friend, and here we are, sure enough, contributing to Plug-in America.
My name is Jamie Dixon, and I'm here to help out with the visual effects on these little PSAs. Kind of the biggest thing that we're doing this morning is a shot where they're making a comparison of using an electric cell phone versus a gasoline-powered cell phone, and of course, helping the comedy aspects of this. We're going to make the gasoline cell phone spew a bunch of smog, and it's going to surround the guy's head and all of that kind of thing.
What you got there, Gas?
It's just a little something I threw together. A gasoline-powered cell phone.
Actually works. Hello?
So how do you turn that cell phone on?
It's easy. Just pull the starter. You gotta prime it, pump it, get it ready, pull the choke, fire it up a few times. Usually takes about 5 minutes. Once you're there, you can call. Probably 5-6 minutes. Straight.
My name is Jim Dow, and I'm a set designer. I've been doing this for 35 years, and I do sets and props for motion pictures. I drive an electric car. Funny how I got involved with this, because we had a get-together, electric car people, and I'm sitting across the table from Eric Swenson.
That's cool. I'm overeating.
And he says, Jim, have you heard about our commercials we're going to do for Plug-in America? And he says, funny thing is we need an art director and a prop person. I said, well, you're looking at him. The first script that he told me about was the gas-powered cell phone.
Turn around a little bit faster.
Okay.
I immediately went home, started working on the cell phone, and produced it the next day, sent Eric a picture of it, and we were on the road.
You do a little more wiggle on the phone. Yeah.
Well, 20 years ago when I got my first electric car, I only knew a couple other people who had electric cars. And now, 20 years later, I have a whole community of friends who drive electric cars. And even more excitingly, there's going to be thousands and thousands of Americans I don't know who drive electric cars, because they're going to be coming on the market this year. That's a big change from my first car, which went 25 miles per charge and was converted in someone's garage. now it's up to us, all the people who used to say, well, yeah, I hate oil companies and I want to help save the world and I hate pollution. Well, now they have an opportunity to walk their talk. I think the spill in the Gulf recently really made people recognize that this was the time. This was a cool thing to be doing, working on a PSA for electric cars. The time has come.